Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can tell by the intro clip, we are diving into some 12 valve stuff. We have a good friend of ours, the man, the Donald, that wants to swap this into a, what year? 86 K3500. It was a former Marine Corps vehicle. He got it off of Paris Island, and it is in really good shape. He got the body work done. It is painted that Vietnam era camouflage. It has a 6.2 or 6.5 GM diesel in it, and we are going to swap this 12 valve NV4500 into this 80s square body Chevy. Now the truck is not here. I'll put up some pictures of it, but we're gonna go ahead and start to rip all of these donor parts out of this truck today, and then hopefully by the end of the day get everything cleaned, maybe even start painting some stuff and get it ready for the next step. Now this will probably be a 3 or 4 part series. We'll have today, which is removal of all the donor parts. Then we will have a day where we do all the upgrades to the engine that we're gonna do, which we'll cover later. Then we'll have a day where we get the old 6.5 or 6.2 and whatever pathetic slush boxes behind that truck. We'll get all that pulled out, and then we'll probably have 1 or 2 days of installing all of these conversion swap kit that Donald bought and getting this engine in there. The goal, 450 horsepower, street driver, doesn't want to tow with it, just wants something really, really cool, and I think it'll be awesome to see on the channel. So without further ado, let's get to work. 1995, right, Donald? 95, just a gem of a second gen. You guys saw us fired up, drove under its own power. It's a donor truck, as you could tell. The frame is quite questionable, and they've also reinforced it. But we're gonna do a swap. So in order to do a swap, we had to get the parts out, which include the NV45 Hundo, world's best manual transmission, as I'm sure many of you know. And now we gotta harvest this 160,000 mile 12 valve out. But just wanted to give you guys the underneath here. Fuel tank strap hanging on by Jesus himself, and cross member bolts weren't looking too fond, so we just cut that out. And that's the best part about parts rigs, you know, whatever's most convenient. Socket, ratchet, sawzall, grinder. But let's get this down and get the motor pulled. Pioneers used to ride these puppies for miles, guys. This is what every teenage boy's dream is. The just indestructible 12 valve Cummins. guys, we're about 2.5 hours in to the whole project here, and we did not cut anything. Disconnected everything the right way. I even disconnected the factory fuel lines. You know how many years it's been since I've seen a truck show up with factory fuel lines? Pretty impressive. We took the motor mounts off, make it a little easier. And now we're gonna get this old girl bolted up to an engine stand here and see what we're dealing with. There she is, in all 175 horsepower glory there. This is what teenage dreams are made of. I can already see the exhaust manifold starting to tug on those bolts. Great time. And like all good second gens, this one has come to the end. I've done my good service for the weekend. Send another one to the scrapyard so that way you teenagers stop turning them into giant smoky crap boxes. But there she be. Okay, so now that we've kind of tidied up a little bit, what we are going to do is take the power steering pump, P-pump, starter, clutch, adapter plate, turbo, and manifold, get that off, and then he's gonna go ahead and get this all cleaned up so we can get it kind of painted. Not in this episode, but in an upcoming one. We got quite a few different parts coming from Power Driven Diesel, some PDD stuff, some Keating stuff, and we're gonna take care of some of the, I guess you could say, problem areas on this. So again, future episode: oil pan, rear main seal, front crank seal, front timing case, KDP. Probably gonna put a fluid dampener on here just because this OEM one, if you guys look, very, very cracked up in this inertia ring here, which is pretty common on these old 12 valves. They get just beat up over miles and miles and miles of reliability. And as you can see, this thing definitely does have some oil leaks. It's definitely not the worst one, but you guys kind of look in there. The front timing case is probably leaking. The vacuum pump's leaking. The O-ring for the oil fill is leaking. And we're going to just take care of some issues. We're going to get them a new water pump. Basically, once we swap this into that truck that we were talking about, I want it to be pretty much trouble-free for him. So water pump, tappet cover. We're shooting for about 400 horsepower like we talked about. Probably put a billet rear freeze plug in this. You know, we got quite a bit. So we're going to get this thing kind of stripped down a little bit and clear some space for his parts and get this old girl freshened up. Okay, so we got all of the parts through the wash and block stripped best we could. Gonna give her a little aerosol overall here. Some primer. What color are we doing, Don? Black? Black, all black. That way we can never find an oil leak. I like it. But there she is. There's this pump that some of y'all just seem to love right there. You got the trans all cleaned up because that's going in the donor truck. Donald got her all cleaned up. Now we didn't paint the valve covers. We didn't paint the oil pan because we got to go into that. The intake horn, it was mainly just the block, the head. And we'll go over it now that we've had a chance to assess this. So we'll have a power-driven hot rod lift pump with the fuel heater delete kit, a keying machine, billet tappet cover. We are going to go into the oil pan gasket, rear main housing, rear main seal, billet back freeze plug. And then in here, we're gonna go after the KDP, timing cover gasket, front crank seal. We're working on a fluid damper for this. We have push rods, valve springs, injectors, governor springs, delivery valves. We are going to run stock head bolts right now. We got a steed speed coming. So big thank you to the guys over at Power Driven getting us set up. And then was talking to South Bend Clutch, talking to Delton, and he got us set up with a single disc. It's their, I believe it's ready for 450 horsepower. Once it gets here, we'll kind of do an unboxing video and stuff. But we are going to put a new South Bend clutch on this. Just a single disc. Again, Donald just wants a 450 horsepower cruiser in that 1986 K3500. Like I said, the truck's not here yet, but we will do a episode on getting the old 6.5 out. This is just what we were able to get done in a day. Worked about 7-8 hours today. Got this all cleaned up. Got his trans cleaned up, pumps cleaned up, adapter plates cleaned up. There's his old clutch. Again, South Bend, big thank you to those guys. Here's all his parts. And I'm excited to see how the swap goes. Guys, I apologize. I got the PRI flu. And between that and the holidays and everything, like, man, trying to film has just been rough. We are getting caught back up on stuff. This 6.7's about ready to go back together. This 5.9 just got a fresh engine. This trans I got installed. We're doing some dialing in. This trans goes in on Monday, so we are busy trying to get a bunch of stuff done before the holidays. But let me know if you guys are excited. 1986 K3500. You guys know I haven't done a ton of swaps, but I feel like with the skills and the tools that we have here at this shop, it should be a real fun project. Donald's just one of those guys. He always gives and never asks for anything in return. So this is a nice way to kind of give back to him and do something he's really excited about. It was cool getting to work with somebody different. And as you guys could tell in the time lapses, like, he was a big part of this. Definitely excited to see him learn. And as we go through this on some of it, we'll do some more in-depth videos. Really just today was the meat and potatoes, getting all the core stuff out and then taking advantage of the somewhat nice weather outside, cleaned, painted, and it'll make putting this in the truck a lot easier. So hopefully you guys enjoy your Christmas. Like I said, Merry Christmas to your family and all of your friends. And if I don't see you guys before, I guess Happy New Year as well. Give this one a big thumbs up. Drop your comments down below. Subscribe if you are not already. And as always, guys, I will catch y'all on the next one.